You don't struggle with porn because you're broken. You don't even struggle with porn because you lack willpower. Odds are you struggle with porn because you are simply a victim to a multi-billion-dollar algorithm by data scientists to simply break you and clip farm you. So today on the Inner Revolution, we're talking a little bit about the data, the corporate world behind pornography. You guys, welcome to the show. If you are struggling to overcome pornography and if you want to put that behind you for the rest of your life, you can schedule a free consultation with me in the link down below. So, man, I just want to have a real conversation. Not that our other conversations weren't real, I think they are. But today, I really just want to, hopefully we can stop looking inward at our shame, okay, when it comes to pornography. And hopefully we can start looking outward with clear eyes as we kind of expose the industry here, okay, the porn industry, the tech industry, social media industry. I think they're all interconnected, which is pretty crazy. So we can start out with a myth. There's a myth out there where people say, well, the pornography I watch is free, so it's not like I'm supporting these corporations, I'm not supporting these industries, right? Wrong. The thing about porn, dude, and all these free sites, I mean, if it was all free, I mean, most of it is free, right? You don't have to have a subscription to watch it. Then if it really hurt them that bad, they probably wouldn't be around anymore. However, you can see that they are literally thriving. It's never been better for the porn industry, but it's all free. So what's going on? Like, how do they make their money? So the thing about the free sites is you can obviously have premium subscriptions, right? Different videos, pictures, whatever, locked behind a subscription. Maybe you get the first 5 minutes of a video, and if you want to finish it to finish, you know what I'm saying? Then you can pay for a subscription. You'll notice a lot of those sites have a bunch of ads, right? A bunch of ads. And the simple traffic, like just the traffic alone that porn sites receive on a daily basis is unreal. It's more than any other sites in the world. And so corporations, industries, they pay for their ads to be on these sites because it gets a lot of foot traffic. And you also notice a bunch of other porn sites advertised on porn sites. And a lot of the times, those porn sites that have ads on the free website you're looking at are paid subscriptions. There's also some statistic, man, I should have wrote it down, but I think it was like 30% of all the adult websites on the internet. So there are about 4 million adult websites on the internet, okay? 4 million porn sites. Mind blown. And 30% of those, they have a chance to install a bug on your computer, take all of your data, yoink it, and sell it. And more than 30% actually just harvest your data. And yeah, not cool, dude. Not cool. They also track your cookies. So who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? Probably Pornhub did. And so it knows, it can see all of your saved data and everywhere you've been on the internet to help push other advertising and other things like that, which is all information they can sell to make money. Now, with that being said, all of these sites use the same algorithm as all the social media sites, the infinite doom scrolling and the personalized recommendations and the autoplay, right? Like on YouTube, one of my favorite features actually, hopefully this doesn't get banned because of the, whoever sees this, if you're watching this from YouTube, don't worry about it. One of my favorite features is the autoplay on YouTube, and if you watch the full video in just like a smaller screen, you don't get ads. It's so sick. YouTube Premium for free. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Of course, the screen's tiny, but hey, if you're just there to listen to it like a podcast, that's the way to do it. So if I ever get monetized on here and there are ads, just watch the autoplay on YouTube and you'll avoid the ads. There you go. It's not going to support me, but hey, dude, as long as you get free videos, that's what I'm talking about. Now what's crazy, and if you've created any type of YouTube videos, you'll see that there are algorithms that you can look at. There are little analytics that you can look at. And all of these porn sites work similar. in the way that they are tracking your views or the amount of time that you watch a video down to the millisecond. So they can see who is not watching the video up to a certain point. Like why? Where did we lose the interest? And then in their next video, they tweak it, make it a little bit more graphic or whatever they need to try and keep the viewer. Do you guys remember the client I talked about a little while ago who came in and said, man, like I just struggle with trans porn, but he's a straight dude. So he doesn't, like he's not gay or anything like that, but he loves trans porn. And obviously porn is reinforcing. And so if you start watching the same thing consistently, your brain's like, hey dude, I like that, that's great. And so you're going to keep going towards those things. But the thing with the how porn sites are continually evolving is it has the recommended algorithm, right? Based off of things that you watch. And so just like your Instagram, YouTube, all those things, it says, hey, you watch this, you might like this. And they also input little fringe videos that you're like, well, you might like this. It could be a stretch, but you might like it, right? Go give it a shot. And that can increase the sense of novelty that a part of pornography, a lot of pornography, brings. So the type of pornography that you like is probably not a reflection of these hidden desires that you have, right? Like my one client who was watching trans porn, he was like, man, maybe I secretly am into that stuff. I don't know, but I don't think so. I really don't like that stuff outside of porn. It's has nothing to do with these hidden desires. It's simply the algorithm, dude. You've been cooked by the algorithm. They got you. And so they can even see, if you stop watching videos sooner than normal, it's going to recommend things that are more novel, things that are more new, to be like, hey, you're not finishing these videos, so try this instead. So I say all of this because, dude, you could take a person, let's say, who doesn't struggle with pornography now because they're older, okay? Maybe they're an old geezer. I don't know, 70s, 80s, 90s? I don't know if any 70-year-olds listen to this. Sometimes my grandpa tunes in, not because he struggles with porn, because he's trying to support his grandson. So, Grandpa, I love you. But you could take an older person, okay, he was born, let's say, 3 decades before you, and let's say you guys swapped places. Odds are you probably wouldn't struggle with pornography if you were born 2 or 3 decades earlier. Now, that's obviously not a guarantee, right? There are definitely older guys that struggle with porn. There was porn back then, obviously not in this capacity and the abundance we have now. But I say that because a lot of people who do struggle with porn, they say, well, I'm just broken, right? There's something wrong with me. No, most of the time, no. Maybe, none of you are broken. There's nothing wrong with you. Some of you can be more predisposed to pornography addiction than others. That's true. And maybe you would be one of those guys, those older guys who would still struggle, but maybe not. Because the algorithm simply wasn't a thing 2 or 3 decades ago. And when you were, when you would have been 10 years old, let's say in the 70s, that's 5 decades ago, then you wouldn't have been caught in the algorithm that you are in now. And so there's nothing wrong with you, dude. It's simply a timing thing. The time that you're in now, this is the best time to be alive, in my opinion. We're alive at the same time. I think it's great. Good time. I'm glad we're here. It's also one of the most stimulating times to be alive. And you can easily get hooked into any algorithm, whether it's the Instagram algorithm, YouTube algorithm, been there, porn algorithm, right? It's just you've been caught in this algorithm. And so, yes, I think you've been a victim. You have. But at this point, now that you know, this is your responsibility to get out. Get out of the algorithm. How do you do it? before we jump into some of the how, I want to talk about the brain. So big tech, all these porn corporations, they've literally weaponized our evolutionary biology against us, okay? Against you. Our brains have evolved to seek novelty, okay? Part of that's for our survival. And so these pornography platforms provide an infinite amount of novelty at zero physical cost. Zero. You don't have to know what it's like to maybe go flirt with a woman and maybe get in bed with her and have sex and see what that would be like, right? You don't have to. You can just go watch porn, see what it would be like. Wow, experience the high, how great. Whereas in the past, that novelty would drive you to seek and to experience these things in real life, to hopefully, ideally, start populating the world, right? Which is two of the things your brain wants most. One, for you to survive as long as possible, and two, to make sure your DNA never leaves this planet. And so novelty is here to give you this idea of, oh man, that cave woman over there, as she's stripping the hide, making clothes. I don't know why this caveman's Western, but damn, I want to go talk to her. What would that be like? Right? And that novelty gets your heart beating. It pushes you. Dopamine gets released. It pushes you. Because dopamine is a novelty-seeking drug, novelty-seeking chemical. It pushes you to experience it. It's all about the chase with dopamine. And so it's going to be released for it to literally push you. Go talk to that woman over there. That's your dopamine voice. Go talk to her. Here's a little bit of boost. And it pushes you to go talk to her. And now you don't have to do that though, because that's physical risk, right? What if she rejects you? What if she calls you a loser? What if she says, ew, I don't want anything to do with you? Or I don't want anything to do with you, hunk-a-lunk, right? You don't have to risk that anymore with porn. So you can get kind of that same idea, the same novelty. It's like, oh wow, what would that be like? Let me just go search it up on Google, right? Let me watch it. I don't have to get rejected. And in fact, I'm in control here. I get to decide what I'm watching. And so these pornography companies, they profit off that. They profit off your own biology, and they profit off your isolation and loneliness. A happily connected, socially fulfilled person is going to spend less time staring at a screen. Loneliness is profitable. So they are literally profiting off of your loneliness. They're profiting off of your sadness. They're profiting off of your lack of coping skills with stress, with anxiety, with overall life. That's what they're profiting off of, and they know it. And so porn rates are going up, 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 up. So is depression, up, up, up. So is anxiety, up, up, up. Okay, up, 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 up. And these corporations look at these numbers and think, man, this is called job security. This is great, because all of these people are going to need or go to porn to now cope with anxiety and depression and all of these other feelings, which, as we know, you'll fall into this cycle and just repeat. So this mindset shift might be really helpful for you. It might not, and you may not like it, and that's okay. But try to shift your mindset from quitting, like your definition of quitting, from like giving up pleasure or following strict rules, and shift it to a literal act of defiance. Because right now, these corporations, they are controlling you, dude. They are. Why can't you go a week without pornography? Because you're hooked in the algorithm. You're in the matrix, brother. You got to take the red pill or the blue pill. I haven't seen the Matrix in a ton of years. So take one of the pills that gets you out of the algorithm, gets you out of the matrix, right? And you're going to have times with the urge where people try and come back and pull you back in the algorithm, figuratively, right? Maybe probably not physically. If people are coming at you and trying to pull you into an algorithm, into a virtual world, let me know. But you're going to have times where your brain's like, hey, we should go back there because that was nice, right? I was in control. I didn't have to put myself out there. I didn't have to be really vulnerable. I was safe, but yet I was able to feel so much pleasure. That's the algorithm, dude. That's the algorithm. So treat it as an act of defiance when you get an urge. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be controlled by somebody else. When you choose to walk away from pornography, when you choose to sit there with an urge and not give in, when you're actively taking your attention away, and your mental energy, your wallet, what's more expensive than your wallet is time. You're taking this time, you're actually adding more time in your life, but you're taking your time away from the people that are profiting off of your own suffering. So use your natural human dislike of being manipulated as fuel to say, you don't get to own my mind anymore. Like, get out of here, dude. You're not gonna own anything that I have or do. So some things you could do that can be helpful. Obviously, you've got things like ad blockers. If you don't already, like, just put them on your phone, dude. I think they're just great to have in general. If you don't struggle with pornography, or you used to, now you don't, whatever, I think it's still just a great thing to have. It filters out some of the gunk that you'd see otherwise. Put on some ads, or ad filters, put on filters in general on your phone. Sleep with your phone across the bedroom or out of the bedroom completely, okay? Make it harder for the machine, the algorithm, to reach you. This is called starving the beast, right? What wolf is the one that's going to win? The one you feed. So we got to starve this one that we're trying to get rid of. And that's not fun. If you've ever been really hungry, that's really uncomfortable. And that's how this party is going to feel. And then start to reclaim the real world, dude, for real. Like, try and read physical books. That's what I'm trying to do so bad. This idea of reading a physical book is so attractive to me, but then I try, I'm like, like it doesn't hit like the screen, right? It doesn't give me that hit. But I'm trying so hard to, eventually, I know I'm going to get there, to actually feel better when I read physical books, rather than just watch YouTube in my free time. I'm trying to read a lot more, or I'm trying to write. So connect with the real world, read physical books, go outside, touch grass, as the gamers say. Okay, go touch grass, dude. Engage in real face-to-face conversations. Go take risks, whatever that looks like for you. If you're single, go out there and ask a girl on a date. If she says no, who cares, dude? Who cares? Put yourself out there and get the reward that pornography, that the virtual world can't give you. And start noticing how these mainstream apps like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube act as funnels or these bridges to adult content. They aggressively curate your feeds based on what you look at. I mean, you probably know, right? You got the Discover page. And when you click on one thing, you click on one scandalous thing, it fills your feed, and now it's cooked. Now you gotta click on like 50 other good things to make it halfway decent again. Because they know what's gonna keep you on the apps. They know what's gonna keep you watching their videos. So this week, your homework, I want you to think about or identify one way that the algorithm has tricked you this week. And then I want you to take an intentional 1 hour just to disconnect from your phone, from the computer, from technology, whatever that looks like. Whether it's going to the gym, whether it's going on a date, whatever. Anything but technology. I want you to take just 1 hour and connect with the real world and start to regain the satisfaction that life brings, that virtual life cannot touch. You guys, keep fighting the good fight. Your mind belongs to you and no one else. So start to take your power back. Love you all. I'll talk to you later.